Alright guys, I can't stop talking about Scream 6 with all the hype surrounding the newer movie, but I already did a spoiler-free review. I'll link those. So today we're going to be talking about the future of the franchise, where it's probably going to go next, what they can do, what they should do, what they should avoid. So let's get into it. Also, full spoilers for Scream 6. If you haven't seen it yet, don't watch this video because I'm going to be explaining major in-depth spoilers and building off of it to kind of explain where I think the franchise is going to go next. So as I said in both my spoiler and my spoiler-free review, I'm a huge fan of Scream 6. I really enjoyed what they did there. Not everything worked for me, but you know, not every movie's perfect. Overall though, especially for such a short turnaround, they provided such an enjoyable and different experience in that newer movie, so I'm really excited to see what they do next, and that's what I want to talk about. So kind of my first recommendation for what they should do, I think that they should take a 2 or 3 year break, wait for that turnaround, kind of take more time, develop the script, tighten up the writing a little bit, kind of avoid some plot inconsistencies or things that make the plot convoluted. Just time and ironing out those details makes such a difference. I think that would make all the change in the world. A lot of the issues with Scream 6 I think could have been avoided by just taking a little bit of time to think about the script and the writing and just making that ending make a little bit more sense. Unfortunately, it's just Scream 6 is one of those endings where when you stop to think about it, the less it makes sense. Waiting a little bit, ironing out those details, I think it will make all the difference in the world. Especially too, it provides such a good opportunity. We saw these characters only a year after the last movie, but I think if you just allow a couple year break, we get to see these characters at a different stage in life, a little bit older, a little bit different, and it also avoids burning out the goodwill of the audience by trying to go 3 for 3 in 3 years in a row, which is, it's very bold. Apparently they're planning on already filming in the fall, which I think that's just so soon. I don't know about that. It seems a little bit risky, but who knows? They provided 2 great Scream movies back-to-back in back-to-back years, so I don't want to doubt them, but at the same time, I can't help but feel like just a little bit more time makes all the difference. Also, I think that the direction that they should go in is just 100% buckle down on these new characters. The movie should start with Sam going in a really dark place. I like the idea of her kind of taking up a Ghostface mantle, but doing almost like a Dexter type situation. Have her sneaking out at night, investigating copycat ghost faces and killing them, or, you know, Richie's disciples. There's a lot of directions that they could take that. I'm sure that after the last movie too, the attention and everything, violence kind of begets violence. You see that kind of Spike thing with all the fame and everything circulating Ghostface and the Scream killings. They could really do a good kind of reflection on how the real world is, where when something like that happens, some kind of attention-seeking crime, it just sparks more of them to happen. They should have a lot of people trying to do copycat Ghostface killings, and then you have Sam as Ghostface kind of going and taking out these copycats, killing them. And since she's shown to have those dark urges, it would make sense and fit in with her character. I also think that it would fix, I wouldn't say a plot hole, but just kind of an odd choice in the last movie where she knocks out Bailey, and instead of just killing him, she dresses up as Ghostface and toys with him, which I thought was just odd. I don't know why she didn't kill him. I don't know why she felt like she had to put the Ghostface costume on. It all is just weird to me, so it would make more sense and retroactively fix that kind of oddity if they start the movie with her dressed as Ghostface going around killing these copycats, taking them out, and it becomes who she is. It could also create a great dynamic and tension with her and the other characters, the other core 4. And I could also just see this incredible scene where she's about to get the actual Ghostface killer mastermind of the movie, potentially, and then right as she's about to do it, Kirby has her gun trained on her, makes her take her mask off, and just have that gut-wrenching reveal where we know that she's kind of doing this Dexter type situation where she's killing only murderers, only Ghostface people, but Kirby doesn't know that and just sees her about to kill somebody in a Ghostface mask. That would just create so much drama. I would love it. Another direction they should go is they should make Chad extremely scarred or just messed up physically at the beginning of the next movie, because after what happened to him in the last movie, they strained a lot of credibility with keeping him alive. And I noticed that a lot of people are complaining about the fact that the characters survived so many crazy situations in Scream 6 and got away scot-free, survived, lived. So having him at the beginning of this movie extremely scarred or physically messed up would address that and answer that question that lost a lot of people, where characters were stabbed, absolutely destroyed, and they still survived or were okay or able to walk or physically active. It would establish that the franchise still has stakes and that injuries, inflictions, and fake deaths don't just matter, can't be just brushed off. So it would turn kind of a weak point in Scream 6 for a lot of people and turn it into a strength. It would also really give Chad kind of a good motivation to want to keep this life completely out. He's seen the horror and the damaging effects that it's had on his health. So seeing Sam go down this road, I could see him being at extreme odds with her over what she's doing. Going along and going back to the Sam thing. The new Ghostface should do something that strikes extremely close to home. Have her kill Danny or someone extremely close to her. And then that would give Sam good motivation to pick up the Ghostface mask and try to beat the cops to finding out the identity of the Ghostface killer. It could be a race against time for Sam trying to figure out who it is, the cops trying to figure out who it is, who's going to get her first, because obviously Sam's going to want payback and she's going to want to kill the Ghostface killer first. And then looping back to what I said, it would create that incredible moment where Sam found them first, but Kirby gets there just a little bit after, and it just creates that tension-filled moment where Sam has to remove her mask and Kirby will have the gun trained on her. I don't know. I'm just like fan speculating at this point, just creating up my own theories and basically just writing my own Scream 7. I don't exactly know how Sydney or Stu would potentially fit into this story, or even Gail. I'd honestly just be okay with Sydney going off, living her life, being happy. If Stu comes back, then I think that would be a perfect reason to bring back Sydney. I don't think that Stu's return would have the same impact without her. But if they're not going to do that, I'm tired of legacy characters coming back just to die. Perfectly fine letting her retire, stay away from Ghostface, and live a normal life. I don't need to see all my favorite characters die because they come back too many times. So that would be okay with me. I'd be totally okay with this completely separate story for Scream. That's really what they did with 6. But overall, those are just my thoughts on what they should do for Scream 7. Let me know what you guys think that they should do for Scream 7 in the comments. I'd love to hear. Let me know. Have a good one.